Hey friends, welcome back to another video here at North Georgia TCG. Today we have some Star Wars Unlimited cards from the new set 2, and what we wanted to do on this video is actually have a pack battle or box battle, whatever we want to call it, between a pre-release box and packs from a booster box to see which ones give us the better results. A lot of people say that the pre-release boxes have a higher chance of a showcase card or more legendaries. It's not the same ratio per se that's fixed into an actual booster box. So we wanted to grab some packs from a booster box, 6 of them to be precise, which are the last 6 that are actually here in this box. And we wanted to compare it against the 6 packs that come in a pre-release to see which one actually wins for the day. So to start things off, we will actually work from the ones inside of this booster box. I don't remember exactly how many legendaries we've already pulled or anything out of that box, so it was exactly how it's stacked. It's just the last 6, so it is, call it at random. And you'll notice here inside this box there are 6 booster packs, so we will open that here in 1 second once we make it through these first 6. Now, keep in mind, in Star Wars Unlimited, it is about 16 cards per pack. So we'll start by this first one. What you find is you have your commons up front, you have your uncommons, and then there are some slots for rares and legendaries and showcases, of course, that could be there within. Here on the front with the leader and the actual location slot. But there will always be a foil here at the back as well, which could, of course, be any type of card here. So let's start into this pack 1. We have our commons. Quite a lot of commons, of course. Here's our first uncommon. Crosshair. This is the way. A nice little Mandalorian card. Heroic Resolve is our first rare slot. And then for our holo or foil, it is a rare Let the Wookiee Win. So that's a nice little card. So no legendaries or extras there, but 2 rares and a rare foil at that, or holo. We have Han Solo for our leader. We do have a nice little Navarro City. Now, I'll tell you on the locations here, even though this one is a hyperspace, there are no rare locations in this set, you know, that actually have the lower health value as you found in set 1, which is quite a different change. So we're going to go through these commons. Our first uncommon, Serana Sin. A New Adventure. All right, look at there. Our first legendary here from the booster. It is the Dark Saber. One of the nicest legendaries, I believe. At least I would say top 3 here in this set 2, with, of course, Poe and the Dragon being number 1 and 2, I believe, right now, at least from value perspective. Remnant Reserves, an uncommon, but it's still a pretty looking card. So 2 packs in, we already have 1 legendary, and it's a good legendary at that. That's quite exciting. We will have quite the packs set up for them to be beaten. All right, we do have a hyperspace rare, at least for Bo-Katan, here on the leader. That's a pretty neat little card. Not a lot of value there, of course, because the leaders are in every pack, so everybody ends up getting a lot of leader cards. So not much to be concerned about there, but still nice to have, especially when it's a hyperspace version. So we have Echo for uncommon. Have our rare here, Dr. Ezvan, and then a common foil there at the back. Okay, so 1 legendary, a couple rares, and just that rare foil, or I would say is the nicest cards we have so far. Here is look, we actually have 2 hyperspace, the leader and the location. Both of these are common though, so not anything I would, say is amazing so far, because they are being common, so there's not going to be much value there, as we had already mentioned with the leaders. We'll keep working through these commons. We have Bounty Posting for uncommon, Spark of Hope, a nice little card. Another uncommon, stepping into Let the Wookiee Win. So this is the second one we've pulled so far, which is a rare, of course. The other one was the foil, as we mentioned. But here we actually have a hyper foil, which is a super nice looking card. I will tell you, these, of course, being arguably the rarest other than showcases, they are super cool cards. I love to have them in my set. This one is only an uncommon, so of course there's not going to be a ton of value attached to this one, but I just love the look of these cards. The hyperspace foils are always great to see. So we'll set that one out. I'll definitely be sleeving the bulk of these, at least the rare ones and stuff that we don't already have in our binder. So we have 2 more commons, of course, here. Let's go through some other commons. I will tell you, I actually like a lot of the cards in this set. It's going to be interesting with this being set 2, how the deck meta comes out, right? With how you now actually have the 2 sets to blend together. So some people I think are going to lean heavy into the new cards just because they are new. And then I also believe, you know, the balance or what the ultimate meta is going to be is probably a blend or maybe even set 1 heavy. We'll have to see how it plays out. This is a cool looking card. IG-11, it is an uncommon, but it is hyperspace, which is cool to see. Set that one up top as well. Enterprising Lackeys is a rare. And then for our final, as I had just mentioned, we had a hyperspace foil. We now have another. This one, sadly, is still a common, but it's great to see those, like I mentioned. All right, final pack out of the booster box. This is the last of the 6, so we've gone through 5 so far. Let's see what's in this last one, and then we will review anything we kind of considered to be a pull out of these packs. So let me throw that trash out of the way. We have commons. Let's see the other commons here. Mandalorian Warrior. I've seen this card a lot. I actually have almost every, I think I have at least one of every version in my set, but it's a very cool looking card. We have some uncommons. All right, Suji for the rare slot. So no extra legendaries, and then just a foil common here. Okay, now let's look at the booster real quick before we proceed. So we have 2 hyper foils. We have the 1 legendary. We have a rare hyperspace leader card, which of course is Bo-Katan. And then we have some rares here. I'd say those 3 rares and then 1 hyperspace here. We did have the other rare. It's going to be in that stack over there that it was the rare foil. But overall, some cool pulls. Nothing amazing, I would say, other than this Darksaber. That is a card that's definitely valuable. Overall, I think it's somewhere probably about the 3rd most valuable card right now, or at least last I looked. We're early into the set, so a lot of things could change. The value could change as we again proceed down through here. So I am only going to pull out the 6 packs here. You'll notice straight from, which look at that. This one's quite busted up. That's not a good sign. The box had no damage to it, so hopefully the cards aren't too messed up. But yeah, some of these definitely seem to be shifted around, so let's hope it's not too impactful. But let's start with the busted one just to be sure. All right, if I'm looking at the actual cards, I'm not really seeing any damage that I can tell up front at least. So we have our leader and our location, both common. Go through these other commons here. Oh, look at that. In pack, it's a backwards. All of these. Ooh, look at that. Something is wrong with the pack. That it's the rest of these, or 3, are backwards. Let's flip them around. Strange. We have uncommons. Okay. We have our rare, the Chaos of War. And then the foil is just a Commage Village Protectors. That's strange. That's the first time I've ever seen that, of where the uncommons were in the correct position. It was the 3 uncommon slots there, but they were backwards in the pack. I don't know. If anybody else has been opening pre-release boxes of this set too, and you had something similar, please let me know in the comments below. Was that something strange, or is that something common these days? So let's go through. We are on pack 2. Another little hyperspace cargo juggernaut. That's a neat little looking card. Nothing valuable. Of course, it's a common and that card is all over the place, but it's always fun to pull hyperspace instead of the standard. So here's our uncommon slots, and these are in the correct position, looking the right way. Nothing flipped there. We have a Freetown backup, another hyperspace, so double hyperspace in this pack, which is nice. Rare, we have unrefusable offer. Throw that one up in the rare slot. And then a common foil. 2 packs down. Nothing better than a rare. Or a standard rare, not even a foil rare. All right. 4 packs remaining, right? Yep, we got 3 down there and this one here. Remnant Science Facility in hyperspace. Nice looking card. Let's get through our commons. Look here. Second pack now out of this pre-release. We've made it through commons and we are now here to the uncommons. And let's see, the 3 cards are backwards again. So we will do 1, 2, and 3. Flip those back forwards. And they are uncommons. Night Repairs, Arm to the Teeth. So it's as to be expected. It's just interesting, I guess, when they packed these packs, they stack all your commons, stack your uncommons, etc. And it seems to be that the uncommons are just put in backwards. So definitely some quality control issues. We now have a legendary, Endless Legions. So great to see another legendary here being pulled. This one is not necessarily a very valuable legendary, but hey, we will always take legendaries. And then Infy's Nest, an uncommon foil, so standard there. So we're 1-to-1 on the legendaries so far between the battle. So I would say it's pretty balanced, but I would have to go in favor of the booster box right now, just because the Darksaber is a more valuable and more sought after card. So we would lean that way if we don't come across any other value. Let's get through our commons again. All right. Now here we are at our uncommons. And at least this time they're not backwards, but they are upside down. So this is on pack 4 of 6. We now have 1, 2, and 3 all actually upside down. So let's flip these 3 around. We have the Peacekeeper, Midnight Repairs, and Arm to the Teeth again. All right, and for our rare or legendary slot, we have a rare, the Marauder. Nice little card. I'll stack it. Whoops, let me stack it over here with the rares. And then Covert Strength, just a common foil. Pack 5, 2 more. I will tell you, one of my favorite things about Star Wars Unlimited packs and opening packs and going through this and building your collection as they come out, I really enjoy that they actually have 16 cards per pack. I feel like the reason that they have so many in here, it makes you feel like you get more of your money's worth. Where granted, a lot of them are commons, you know, with so many being uncommon, and then the leader and location slot, you run through a lot of those, especially being commons as well. So you're not necessarily pulling any new cards that you might need, but it's fun that you feel like you're getting more cards instead of only having, you know, 10 cards per pack or less. So pack 5, last, you know, before our final one, they are upside down again. So now we've had 2 packs, which were backwards, and now 2 packs upside down. So we have Spare the Target, Commission, and Clan Saxon Gauntlet. And then we now have a rare for our rare legendary slot. But we do have another hyper foil here, which is a great looking card. I love that blue and the battle between Luke and Vader there. Great looking card, even though it's a common. It's funny how, honestly, I think some of my favorite cards, like artwork wise, are hyperfoil commons. Like even in set 1, it was that way. Some of the best looking cards seem to be commons, at least when they're the hyperfoils, right? All right, final pack. Here we go. Let's say we've saved the best for last. Starting with a common leader. Not the way to go, but hey, we'll take what we get. Let's get through our other commons here. We have one hyperspace. This one is a common. Still a pretty card. And to end things in normal fashion for this box, we are on our uncommons, and once again, they are upside down. So if you were keeping count, the upside down, I guess, wins, considering there were 3 this way, 2 backwards, and then 1 standard. They've definitely improved quality control between the pre-release and the actual boosters, because I've never seen that in the boosters, but it's still funny to see. That's a pretty card. The Armorer in hyperspace, our final uncommon, and let's see what we have. We have a legendary Poe Dameron, which is actually currently the most valuable card in the set that I've seen. So we'll pull that one down here. And then for our foil is just an uncommon. So when we actually compare these and look together, in the pre-release, we did have the 2 legendaries. In the booster packs, we had the 1 legendary being Darksaber, and we had a few, hyper foils. This one coming from the actual pre-release, these 2 coming from the booster pack. So arguably they're pretty balanced. While we did pull a second legendary being the Endless Legions here out of the pre-release, so I guess from a pack perspective, we were luckier on these, but it's not a very valuable legendary. So if you need it, it's great to add to the collection. Otherwise, I wouldn't say that it threw it one way or the other as far as like pulling a showcase. But what I can tell you is cracking these packs out of set 2 is great to do regardless. I think you'll be happy one way or the other. The only thing I would tell you is when it comes to booster boxes, there's some comments around being able to actually order the boxes, knowing exactly how the packs are placed. I haven't looked into that further to know how much truth is there or balancing it out. If you have more insight there, of course, feel free to leave it in the comments down below. But pull open packs, buy boxes to get through the bulk of your collection, right? If you're building a binder, a play set, however, build from bulk that way. Once you have the majority of commons, uncommons, and most, at least, if not all of your rares, I think that's when you could easily switch into buying legendaries and others as singles, and you won't necessarily have to spend more money that way. But thanks so much for sticking around today. I know this video was a bit of a longer one. It's great that we were able to open some packs together. I do still have at least 1 more booster box here that we'll be opening here on the channel. We'll get through those, hopefully pull some more dragons. I need some of those in my collection, and we'll build out the rest of the set. Thanks so much for sticking around. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button, and we will see you on the next one. Have a great one.